Hey, good evening everybody and welcome back to Star Cub Review. I'm your host, of course, Star Cub. And tonight's review is gonna be something totally wicked, totally cool, gives you 80s nostalgia, mixed in with 2023 feels, of course. Recently got released on to Amazon Prime Video, October 6th, to be precise, 2023. And that is Totally Killer, which stars Kiernan Shipka, Olivia Holt, and Julie Bowen, among others. Wow, what can I say about this film? Me and my husband just recently watched it, and I can honestly say I thought at first that this film was gonna be really, really lame and wasn't gonna work. But oh my god, was I wrong. This film was absolutely amazing. It was fun, it was hip, it was dark, it was some really, really awesome gory kills and some really good jokes. The chemistry between all the characters in this film are amazing. Oh my god. They just, it's a really, really good film. And the fact that the setting at the start is set in 2023, and then, of course, we roll back into the past to 1987, and that's where the 80s nostalgia comes in with this film. That just completely was, wow, I can't believe they pulled it off. The premise is ridiculous, but it works so well that it is so good. So it's directed by Nacha Khan. I'm so sorry if I butchered your name, love. I'm not good with names, so I'm sorry if I butchered it. It's the screenplay is done by David Metallon, Sasha Pearl Rava, and Jen D'Angelo. The story is by David Metallon and Sasha Pearl Rava, and it's produced by Jason Blob under his Blumhouse Productions name, Adam Hendricks and Greg Gilreth. And the film stars Kiernan Shipka, who plays Jamie in the film, Olivia Holt, Julie Bowen, and Randall Park, among others. Now, what can I say about this film, other than the fact that we get a really good dose of 80s nostalgia? The basic premise for the film is Jamie, who is played by Kiernan Shipka, basically travels back to 1987 after having a run-in with the so-called Sweet 16 killer, who has basically killed her mum and has a run-in with her, and then this whole thing ensues. She gets transported back to 1987 and then has to basically try and save her mum and her mum's friends, who back in 1987 were brutally murdered. Her three friends were brutally murdered by the Sweet 16 killer 35 years previously. So the Sweet 16 killer has a really cool looking mask. And let me tell you, the twists and turns in this film are amazing. The ending, wow, totally killer. So yeah, she travels back to 1987 and she pairs up with her mum from 1987, and that's played by Olivia Holt. And at the time, her mum's name was Pam Miller, and in 2023, her mum is Pam Hughes because she's married in the future, obviously. So she teams up with her mum, her teen mum, and basically has to try and piece together and help save her friends, her mum's friends, from being brutally killed in 1987 so she can save her mum and get back to the future before she's stuck there forever. And let me tell you, you would think that this whole time travel thing mixed in with, you know, comedy, horror, slasher film wouldn't work. Boy, are you wrong. It totally works. It totally kicked ass. This film was so well written. The script was tight. The pacing is amazing. Everything about it was just amazing. The casting was amazing. Everything was amazing about it. Although there are a few little inaccuracies in this film, which I'm not going to talk about tonight. But there are a little few inaccuracies that I picked up that really didn't work, especially for 1987. But it's not really an inaccuracy as such. It's just a little nitpick with some of the hairdos in this film are not 80s enough, and some of them looked way too neat to be 80s. So that's one little nitpick, but you know, it's not going to detract from the film. You're still going to enjoy it. I mean, I enjoyed the heck out of it, and so did my husband. So it's a win-win. But you know, some of the hairstyles that the friends have just come off way too neat for the 80s, and I feel like they really should have juiced them up a little bit more and made them more 80s than what we get in the film. But it really isn't that bad. It's just they look too neat, and so the hairstyles back in the 80s, they weren't neat, you know. Come on, it's perms and long hair and locks, and it was all, you know, the style was all messy and creative and mousse in the hair and stuff. Not some hairdos just so neat that it looks like your hair would never move. I mean, this is what I'm really passionate about, is films and talking about this stuff. At the end of the day, it makes me laugh because I just think 80s is one of those special. It's just a special decade. I love the 80s. I love everything 80s. I love talking about the 80s. I'm an 80s baby. Even though I grew up in the 90s, but I was born in 86. I didn't really see the 80s. I can't remember it. But growing up watching 80s movies and, you know, all the music from the 80s and stuff like that, I appreciate the 80s. I absolutely love the 80s, and, you know, doing nitpicking here and there, you know, just makes me laugh because it's like, oh my God, you know. It doesn't matter if it you know is a little nitpick here and there. It's still in the film. It's still 80s to me. So, you know, roll with it. But other than that, the film was amazing. You need to see it, people. If you're a Prime member, watch it because it's an amazing film. Some of the kills are really gory. The casting is killer. Kiernan Shipka absolutely nailed it. So did Olivia Holt. So did Bowen. All the cast nailed it. And I really have to give congratulations to all of them, and the director and the writers as well. They all did a fantastic job. They made me really appreciate this film a lot more. Now, I'm going to watch it again. I'm really going to watch it again because this film was amazing. But to have that 80s nostalgia there, like Stranger Things does for 80s nostalgia so badly. You know, Stranger Things does 80s so well. This film really does exactly the same thing. It gives you that 80s feel, and it, you know, seeing all the costumes and hairdos and cars back then and houses and how they did Halloween and stuff like that, it makes you really appreciate whatever year you were born or decade you were born. It really makes you appreciate what came before and what makes that decade so fun. And for me, I will always be an 80s baby. I will always love the 80s. I live and breathe the 80s. You know, we need more films that have 80's nostalgia, 70's nostalgia, even 60's nostalgia for all those other generation of people that come from that era, that grew up in that era, that want to see that sort of, you know, even 50's nostalgia, that want to see that on a film and go, oh my god, I lived and breathed that, even though they didn't come from that part of the city or they didn't come from this country or whatnot. Just to see it on the screen, in a film, in a TV series, is wow. It's absolutely amazing. Watch it, people. That's all I can say. What do I give this? What do I rate it? I give it a 10 out of 10. Absolutely amazing film. Hands down, absolutely amazing film. Watch it, people. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I want to hear from you when you see it. Let me know what you think. Other than that, thanks so much. I really, really appreciate you taking the time to watch whatever segment of this, whatever part of this video you feel like you have to watch. For those returning, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. To all those brand new, thank you so much. You have no idea how happy this makes me seeing already 203 subscribers on my channel. I know it's very small compared to other, you know, other YouTubers out there that are big names. But for me, having 200, just over 200 people appreciate videos like this, even, you know, I'm not high tech and whatnot, you know, it really does on a level make me appreciate every single one of you for just watching whichever parts of my video makes you guys happy, want to have a laugh. You know, that's what it's all about. And that's what my channel is all about, is just putting it out there and talking about it, because this stuff makes me happy. I really appreciate myself doing it, because I never would have thought to actually do this way back when I signed up for YouTube three years ago. But, you know, a certain best friend of mine, who was also my ex at the time, and best friend, his passing really hit home for me. It's been several months now, but yeah, he would have really enjoyed my YouTube channel. He was actually one of the ones that got me to do my YouTube channel and pushed me to do what I like to do. Movies, game reviews, series reviews, whatever, and he actually pushed me to do it. So it's an honor to him too, I feel like. And, you know, I wish, you know, the videos that he did see, he really liked. So it's an honor to him to do this and continue to do. So that's what I'm going to do. And with that, people, I bid you adieu, and until next time, I will see you with some new videos. Alright guys, have a great night. Ciao.